Hey, thanks for joining me for another episode of Total Ramblings. It is Lego Friday, something of a tradition around here, and this week's Lego set is going to be another Star Wars set. Bear with me one moment. It's going to be set number 75357. I'm showing you the back. Ghost and Phantom 2. Now, in the vault, I actually have the original Ghost, which I could have sworn blind came with the Phantom, but the Phantom 1, but it didn't. The Phantom 1 was a separate set. I've got the Ghost, the Phantom 1, and the Phantom 2. In this one, you actually get them both. Very much looking forward to building this and showing you the minifigs. There is the front of the box. There is the back of the box, showing the crew having landed, having a nice chat. There is the top of the box, where we have Lieutenant Beta, B-E-Y-T-A. There is the side of the box. There is the bottom of the box. And there is another side of the box. Okay, it's all finished. Here it is, the Ghost and the Phantom 2. I have to say that was a very enjoyable build. The only thing I'm slightly concerned about is that this is a sticker. And stickers on transparent things almost always end up in failing, because you have to line it up so perfectly you get very few chances, if any, to correct it. But anyway, never mind. Let's have a look at the minifigs, shall we? So, first of all, we have this guy, First Officer Hawkins. Let me just put the camera down and we can have a proper look at him. Okay, so he's got a sort of standard kind of Rebel Alliance type uniform, printing on the back, printing on the front. Only one facial expression, because of course his hair wouldn't cover the other face, with sort of kind of like, what is that, light azure, sort of light blue kind of arms. I mean, you know, it's a figure. Lieutenant Beta, I can't remember how you pronounce it. He's a Mon Calamari, of course. So of course he only has one face, because he's got a specialised mould for his head. He has some leg printing. Obviously got torso printing, front and back. He's got a blaster pistol. He's quite cool. General Hera Syndulla, as she appeared in Ahsoka, she has got two facial expressions: angry Hera and kind of bland Hera. She has leg printing, torso printing, front and back, plus of course the specialist headpiece, and also some printing on the actual helmet. Next we have her son, Jacen Syndulla, and as I'm sure about a million other reviewers have already said, he should have green hair, but he doesn't. Torso printing front and back, and he also has two facial expressions. We've got kind of happy Jacen and kind of mildly disinterested Jacen. And finally, we've got Chopper, our favourite psychopathic droid. You know, standard shortened droid torso, standard shortened droid legs. What more is there to say about Chopper? Not a lot. You do get a brick separator with this. And I'm going to show you a very quick look of the spare pieces, of which there are quite a lot, including a spare blaster. So if you're like me and you like hoarding blasters, bonus, right? You get an extra blaster and an extra spring-loaded shootery thing. So those are the spares. Let's have a quick look at the manual. Here it is. Quite thick. Standard kind of Star Wars white manual. Just got the usual kind of blurb to open up. Bag 1 created the Phantom 2, and the rest of the bags create the Ghost. There's no sort of preamble to this manual. It just kind of gets on with it. Hera Syndulla is the minifigure that we will see kind of tracking our progress. There are 13 bags in this set in total. All of mine were plastic. So let's have a look at the actual ship, shall we? So it has essentially most of the features of the original Ghost in a slightly smaller scale. So the original Ghost, these had these kind of escape pods. You could take them out and they would open up in half, and you could have, there was a little control panel inside there. You could put a minifig in there. These are downscaled and they don't have that function. Okay. But what I will say is, oh yeah, in addition, the original Ghost had like a central sort of pod thingy that you could take out, put a figure in for the sort of rotating cannon. This cannon does not rotate, although on the real Ghost it does, of course. However, it does open up, and you can see hopefully there that there's a bit of space inside there, so you could put a minifigure. But the cannon does not rotate. The cockpit here opens up, and we've got like a control yoke with some ideas, some sort of ideas of like flashing lights and things around the side, and also the front sort of cannon cockpit kind of opens up, where we've got controls for the guns, which are underneath. This Ghost has a lot more space inside than the original. The original had basically nothing. This, we've actually got a space where we can put Chopper. So if we take Chopper, we can actually clip him on there, so he can stay in there. We've got a crate in here which has got to contain some sort of fruit. We've got like a sort of refresher station, like a little sink and a tap here. We've got these kind of these side panels hinged down, so that we've got the idea of actual an opening hatchway. I'll try and show you that from the other angle in just a sec. But basically, you can put the entire crew in here, whereas in the original Ghost you had like a tiny space, and there was basically, it wasn't really a play set. This is more of a play set. And in fact, when you're building this thing, this is literally the last thing you put on it. So the whole thing is kind of open right from the start. Okay, so this essentially is held on by just a few studs and comes off fairly easily. Okay, so down here, oh, I've just fired one of the spring-loaded shooters. Down here is one of the hatches going inside, so you could actually sort of post your minifigures up inside there if you wanted to, and there's a similar hatch on the other side. And there goes the other spring-loaded shooter. And here is the function, right? So basically, you're able to essentially move this cannon left and right. And if I turn the ship on its side, what you'll see is that there's basically a little Technic function here. And the spring-loaded shooters are kind of hidden in these little slots here. So excuse me. There's one there. Okay, so you can see from the front, quite a low profile, just looks like a sort of like a laser sort of cannon. But basically you can move this left and right, and as you move it, it will activate the spring-loaded shooters and send them off, which is quite a nice little function. We also have some very nice little landing gear here. Underneath here you can kind of see the Technic frame that mostly sort of makes this up. So this is literally the first thing that you build, and then you kind of build up from there. We have 4 engines with these kind of translucent sort of metallic blue kind of elements almost. Yeah, so they're quite cool. And you'll notice here we have a gap because the Phantom 2 has fallen off whilst I've been demonstrating it. So the Phantom 2 simply pushes on there and it holds on with one stud and a little pin. It is significantly smaller than the Phantom 2, the previous Phantom 2 set. But of course the advantage with this particular Ghost is that you get the shuttle with it. The original Ghost just had Ghost set just had this kind of open section, albeit there was like a hatch and you could actually kind of imagine sort of transferring between if you got the Phantom set. But you can see here, this is kind of what holds the Phantom on, just a stud and a pin. Here is the Phantom itself. It is tiny, considering that, you know, bag 1 actually does this. You can see there's quite a lot of stickers on the Phantom, and I'll show you the sticker sheets in just a sec. The cockpit doesn't even really open. You just have to kind of take it off, and you can sort of jam a minifigure in there. They would just kind of sit in there loosely. So it is a really, really tiny little ship. There is like a storage locker at the back, and you have room for some macro binoculars and a blaster in there. But this is a tiny, tiny little model. Good for little hands to swish around, I suppose. And I would say, I mean, I was worried about this copy of the Ghost because I liked the original model and I've still got it. I'm not going to do a comparison because it's stored at my secret vault. And this model is slightly smaller, but also there's so much more to it. It has the space inside to play with. It comes with the shuttle. It's just kind of, I think it's a better set all round. I like the colours, the sort of sand green, the sand blue. I think this is a really good set actually. And expensive, yes, but I actually really like it, and I think I prefer this over the original Ghost. I said I'd show you the sticker sheet. So there's 2 sticker sheets. This smaller one is mainly, I think it's used exclusively actually for the Phantom 2 shuttle. And I think one of the Phantom 2 shuttles stickers come off of this other larger sticker sheet, but this is mainly used for the Ghost itself. So I think this is a really cool set. If you like the Ghost, it's obviously it's a must-have. Why wouldn't you want it? It does come with so much. It's unfortunate it doesn't come with kind of the original Rebels crew, because I don't think the Ahsoka show was as popular. But if you have the original Ghost or you got Bricklink, you can always, I guess, find the original Rebels crew and put them in here. Essentially, we've got Chopper and Hera are the only 2 sort of original kind of Ghost crew that come with this particular set. So you'd have to go and find the others like Sabine and that kind of thing. So I really enjoyed building this actually. There was hardly any repetition at all. I think the only real repetitive section with these kind of channel sort of sections here, but even those they're not even that big, you know. Obviously the engine's a bit repetitive, but there's like 5 or 6 pieces. So this was a really nice build. I really enjoyed building it, and I would recommend buying this set while you can, because the original Ghost goes for a crazy amount of money now. The original Ghost, as I say, it's a little bit larger, but you can't do as much with it, and I think this is a better model all round. So I'm going to shut up now. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please hit the subscribe button if you've enjoyed it. I do Lego reviews, I do drone flying, I do life stuff, I do Doctor Who stuff. I do whatever I'm interested in, and if that interests you, then I'd be really appreciative if you would hit me with a follow or a like or a subscribe or whatever. If you're just here for the Lego stuff, then, please come back for my next Lego review. In the meantime, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
If you enjoy what I do here, although I can't think why, please remember to click the like button, smash that subscribe button, and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever I post a new video. You might also want to check out my website, www.worldsbestestpoet.com, if you fancy a laugh.